I say how you doing, it's how you doing. Let's try that again. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you for asking. How's everybody tonight?
Great.
How you doing? You can tell I'm not from Texas, right?
Yes.
Man, we're gonna have a great show tonight. Is everybody excited?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get some ground rules down really quick. This is an interactive show. You know what that means? What was that?
She's going on stage.
Good, now I don't have to explain myself, because usually if I have to explain myself about an interactive show, it's gonna be a long night and then we're gonna have to order pizza and it's gonna be an all-nighter and I'm gonna have to stay there for a long, long time. But you guys are pretty good and I like that. All right, man. Woo! So I am a retired New York City detective, so don't hold that against me, please. Don't hold that against me, man. I own a smoker. I came here in 2008, I bought a smoker, so I am one of you guys. I am, man, I am. No, it's a wood, man. I'm a poser, man, I'm a poser. But those pellet smokers are pretty good, right? You can sit inside and just do it on your phone. But man, you know, as a retired detective, coming to Texas, I had to do a lot of research. Because you know, you just don't jump from state to state. You know, you want to make sure that the state is right for you. Man, I'm 100% American. I believe in our Second Amendment rights. How about you guys? Yeah. So you know, I did some research, and it said Texas, you're allowed to own as many guns as you want in your house, right? You can have as many guns. We all gun owners? I did a little bit more research. And ladies, I'm sorry. But this law has been in effect since 1973. You can have as many guns as you want, but only 6 pleasure toys in your house. She's going, arrest me now. I'm in violation.
Guilty.
Who wrote that law?
Some dumbass.
Who wrote that law?
A man. It was a man.
Too many toys. Here's the big thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, because what is too many toys? Who said 6 was the magic number to have?
The limit does not exist.
The what?
The limit does not exist.
The limit. But is 7 too much, but 5 too little, but 6 is right in the middle? How is that? Who came up with that? Then I read a little further. And still on Texas law, still on the books. You cannot milk your neighbor's cow.
That's right.
I think it was the same pissed off husband whose wife was talking to the neighbor. What do you think? Yeah, those are some freaky laws, man. But, so I was like, yeah, I'm moving to Texas. So I got here and I was like, holy crap, the heat is unbearable, right? Texas heat. Now, there's things that are different from New York to Texas, you know. Here in Texas, we can have all the guns we want. In New York, you can't, right? Because Texas has one thing that New York doesn't. Freedom. Yeah. Right? But we dealt with the mafia a lot in New York. And when I got here to Texas, I was like, there's no mafia here. Can you imagine 3 guys in Armani suits digging a hole in West Texas in July?
It's done in regulars and boots.
Oh my heart. You know, I came here and it was definitely culture shock, and I love it, and I love being a Texan now. But I was like one of only 6 Italians in Texas, because everybody's, hey, what nationality are you? I'm Texan. I'm Italian. I'm like, I walk into Kroger, and I never heard of Kroger. We have Wall Bombs and King Cullen and everything else in New York. But I walk into Kroger and I ask for a half a pound of prosciutto. Prosciutto. We don't do the O. Not prosciutto, prosciutto. So the guy behind the counter kind of just like looked at me like, what the fuck is that? He goes, I think that's in the canned aisle. That's when I went out and I bought the smoker. when I got here, you know, it actually saved my life. Coming to Texas actually saved my life because, do we have any veterans in the audience? Can you do me a favor? Veterans, please stand up. Even the Air Force guys. Please, if you can, just remain standing. Veterans, please remain standing. Do I have any first responders in the house? Firemen are probably sleeping, but is there anybody here banging a first responder or a veteran? Please stand up. All right. God bless you, baby. On behalf of Texas Theater, the 99% Radio Network, and the Gary Michael Show, we thank you and we salute you. Thank you for your service. So like I said, man, when I came here, it actually saved my life because as a first responder and, you know, a dedicated detective, you see shit that really nobody should really see. So I became a mental health advocate. You know, and I do a lot of stuff with the crazy. So I'm kind of like Team Pro Crazy. You know, we got crazy people in the audience? All right. Do we got sane people in the audience? Sane? Sane? No, sane. Because, you know, truthfully, there's only two kinds of people in the world. Just like gender, there's only two kinds of people in the world. There's sane and crazy, right? So if you're crazy and you kind of try to transfer over to sane, you know, all of us can see that little crazy popping out. But nobody likes sane. Nobody likes sane. I mean, guys, have you ever turned around and said, man, I was with this chick the other night, she was sane. She was so sane. She took some Zoloft, we did some quantum physics, and then we did it missionary. Nobody wants that. You know, every guy wants his girlfriend to kick open the door with a bottle of Jack Daniels and go, hey honey, I'm home, meet Jill. And I don't, you know, truthfully, I don't care how old you are or, you know, how crazy you get. There ain't a woman here that's not thinking, doing a missionary position going, I wish you'd just roll me over, grab my hair and slap my ass, right? That's crazy, that's crazy. So we're all a little bit crazy and we have to be. In this world, if you ain't crazy, you know, you're just existing. And we don't live to exist, we live to live. We want to be parties, we want to have fun, we want to enjoy. But as a first responder or a veteran, you know mental health gets in the way, right? So post-traumatic stress, it hits us hard sometimes. I've been married for 14 years. I think I got that right. 14 years. And I really love my wife, I really do. And I say that because she's not here tonight, but she gets me. She gets my crazy. Not many people get you crazy, but your wife, your girlfriend, they should get you crazy. And there were times my wife would wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, see me on the couch with a bottle of whiskey and a half-naked hooker, and she gets it. And I'd be like, honey, I'm just rescuing her from the mean streets of Waxahachie, Texas. Come to my house at 3 o'clock, you'll see. Man, but she gets it. My wife gets it, thank God. You know, but she rescues too. On all fairness, she rescues too. Not hookers, but that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Then we'd have something to bond over, you know. She rescues animals, she rescues dogs. Is anybody, puppies, dogs? Yeah, animal lovers, everybody loves animals. And my wife prides herself on the training of these animals. You know, she gets on the internet, she learns all about, you know, what color their poop is. Oh, we gotta change their food. How to get them to sit, stay. And I let her, I give her that. But she doesn't know. When those dogs are up at 3 o'clock in the morning with me, when I'm not with a hooker, I make them watch those Sarah McLachlan commercials. You ever see a dog cry? Hold him in front of the TV. He will never piss on your rug again. I got 4 rescue dogs, man. You want to be a TV star? Piss on the rug again. Yeah. My wife, God bless her, man. She, like I said, she gets it. My kids, anybody got kids? Yeah. You guys were more excited about the dogs. Hey, animal lovers? Yeah, kids. Oh. Well, we got 4 kids between us, man. And I love them all, but they, you know, my youngest, Michael, he's 24 years old. And he's still in that age, man. He comes into the house with his hat cocked to the side, pants dragging around his ass a little bit, you know, and bebopping with his earbuds in. Not a care in the world, but pretty pervish, you know. So I'm sitting in the house one day, and it triggers me. You guys know triggers, right? Shit that triggers you, and you're like, not in my house, right? So I get up, and I throw him up against the wall. And I start patting him down and frisking him and going through his pockets, and he's crying like a little bitch, going, "What did I do? I didn't do nothing." Like I haven't heard that before, you know? Working in Brooklyn, I never heard, "Oh, it wasn't me." Yeah, well, I throw him up against the wall, and I'm, like I said, I'm tossing him, and I'm patting him down. And my wife comes running in from the living room, and like I said, she's like, "What did he do? You know, leave him alone, stop, don't treat him like that." I just turn around, and I'm like, "Hey! Do you know this fucking kid?" My wife just looked at me and she said, "Nope." She just kind of just like walked off, you know? But you gotta get it when you're in a relationship. You have to get it. You have to act a little crazy. You have to get each other. And you know, I felt bad, man. I didn't want to be that guy. I did not want to be that guy. I didn't want to be the guy who's throwing his kid up against the wall and tossing him for no reason because he's listening to some bebop music that kind of brings rain, you know? I didn't want that. So I said I'm going to change a little bit. Not saying change, but I'm going to stay a little crazy, but I'm going to change. So my wife goes, "Hey, we're going to a family party. I'd like to act somewhat normal." So I said, "Okay." So I brought a little weed with me. I always know my weed smokers in the audience. So I bring a little weed with me, and you know, we're at the party, and I'm gonna light up because the party's kicking in a whole bit, and so I'm just gonna light the joint. I'm sitting back and I'm relaxing, you know, and all of a sudden everybody starts staring at me. Kind of like you guys right now. It's freaking me out. But everybody starts staring at me, and I haven't smoked weed since I was a cop. So I really didn't know how to react to that. But before I know it, 2 guys, man, they grab me by the arms and they throw me out into the parking lot. I'm like, "Whoa, what's going on?" They're like, "You can't do that shit in here." Do you know, I sat in that Chuck E. Cheese parking lot for 45 minutes waiting for my family to come out. Are you guys ready for a great show? All right. You guys gonna get crazy? All right, you guys gonna let yourself be loose and get going? Because like I said, there's a lot of fun. There's a great show. You will be amazed. And it's my honor, my pleasure to announce the world's only biker comedy hypnotist, Gary Michaels!